Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk North Pocono track and field. Pat Monahan, the senior speedster on the track. Well, Pat, it's here, Shippensburg University, the state championships. But first off, let's reflect a little bit. The district championships came up, and you pretty much crunched pretty good when it mattered.
Yeah. You know what? I really concentrated on peaking at the right time this season. I kind of started out a little slow and worked my way up slowly and definitely came out and started running fast times at the right time.
How about the health? Tell us about the life of a sprinter and feeling healthy, feeling good. You know, that doesn't always go through the whole season that way. How about for you?
Well, you know what? This year I started doing all the little things, following a diet, lots of carbs, staying hydrated. I even carry a jug of water around with me in school now, and everybody laughs at me, but in the end, they could laugh, but when I win gold medals, that's, it makes up for it.
Absolutely. Talk about that hydration part of it and how much water you're trying to put in your body, and again, keeping that body as healthy as it's been, because I'll tell you what, you were blazing up the track last week.
Yeah, well, it's really important. Your body needs more water than it thinks it needs, so you just kind of have to force yourself to, drink a lot. So I drink about a gallon and a half of water a day, just constantly drinking and staying healthy.
Well, keep those lab passes handy at school, right?
Oh, yeah.
Pat Monahan joining us here on the John Mendola Show as we are talking track and field. Pat, how about the factors of, hey, you're at the district meet, that's a whole set of nerves. What are you expecting at Shippensburg University with the set of nerves there?
Well, now that I've kind of, established my presence in the state, I'm a little nervous, but that's all right because when I get pushed and when I have competition like I'm going to face down there, I always tend to come out and do big things. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Talk about your stride and of course your finish. I mean, that 200, you killed the 100, but the 200 I think you killed a little bit more this past week. Yeah,
actually the wind shifted at the end of the 200 because in the 100. It was blowing towards us, and in the 200, it was blowing straight down the home stretch. And I came around and I just opened up my stride and I just gave it all I had because it was last race of the night and my last district. So that's what I did.
Pat, you sound like a coach when you're talking a little bit about everything you do. Take us through, your start in the 100, what you try to do, and take us through that race.
Well, in the 100, I come out fast, quick, stay low, drive, and then I come up and I get tall and I maintain my speed. And then probably around the last 10, 20 meters is when you really need to start pumping your arms, and prevent deceleration and just run through the line to, bring down your time a couple tenths of a second maybe.
And then how about any different strategy for the 200?
For the 200, you gotta kind of save a little bit. You gotta come out quick, but not too quick. And then it's all about acceleration. As you kind of accelerate into the turn, and like when you come out of the turn, you just let it all go, and then you just come out and run as fast as you can.
Pat, you hear so often about running through the finish line, but yet a lot of people don't do it at a lot of different levels. But you seem to run right through it, as you did mention. Tell us a little bit about that little extra concentration and that little extra edge you hope to have in everything you do.
Well, running through the finish line helped me a lot this year, breaking my school record in the 100 finally. Plus, I mean, when you tend to like lean and stuff, you kind of start to slow down around 10 meters because when you start to lean, you're kind of just starting to like say, okay, this is the end of the race. Like I'm going to let it go now and just try to get the lean. But really, if you just keep exerting yourself and you cross the line, you're gonna cross off a couple tenths of a second.
Pat, how about your friends there at North Pocono this past season on the track and field and just within the school itself? What's it been like for you to be a Trojan through and through? And here you are. It's all wrapped up in another few weeks.
Well, you know what? It's been a heck of a time. I love my time here at North Pocono. It's everybody's so nice and coming out and running with everybody and having fun at practice. I'm going to remember it for a lifetime. I'm going to miss it.
How about some of your coaches that you've been in touch with? Coach Sapkowski with track and field, and Coach Dolan with football, and just being around again some people, some teachers and administrators as well. Some of the adults at the school.
Well, in school, a lot of the adults, talk to me about sports and whatnot, and I'm always like, yeah, that's it's cool, but I mean, I'm here to learn in the end of it all, so. I'm very humble when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Pat, how about your future endeavors? Tell us about where you're headed and why you decided to head there.
Well, I'm headed to ESU. I'm going to run track and field there, and I'm going to get into computers, probably computer security, most likely.
Not too far from home, but far enough to hang out at East Stroudsburg University. But, it's one of those situations where, hey, you can be home in 30 minutes.
Yep, it sure is. That's why I kind of picked it. I want to stay local because, I want to come back for the football games and, stand on the sideline with all my buddies and stuff, so.
How about that football career for you at North Pocono? Tell us a little about how it felt to be a running back, and of course to play with some of your friends there as well.
Well, you know what? It was actually really funny because I actually got recruited to play football my freshman year from track when I won districts as an 8th grader. When it was the last year that they had the JV districts, so I kind of just came on and I was just natural at it, and I evolved into one of the top backs in the LFC, and it was a lot of fun.
Tell us a little about your family support, Pat, the people that are rooting for you at home and of course, always have your back and making sure you're doing the job academically and athletically.
Oh, yeah, my family, my friends, I had quite the big crowd at districts. I looked up in the stands, and there was a whole, about probably 20, 25 seats filled with just friends and family in one big section. It was awesome, but they all love me. They look up to me, and they're so excited for me, and they're all along with the ride with me. So it's something else.
Well, you punched your ticket to Shippensburg University. It's here now. It's ready to go. Pat Monahan, great career. Congratulations, and the best of luck at East Stroudsburg University.
Thank you.
North Pocono track and field. Pat Monahan, heck of a sprinter, heck of a young man. Here on the Joe Mendola Show, we are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.